Okay, Assalamu alaikum, sir. Hope you are doing well. So today, me myself, Zeeshan Ahmad, and my group mate Muhammad Sannan is here to present the case study which has been assigned to us by you. And the name of case study is Sustainable Business Improvement in the Global Corporation Shell Services. So moving forward, I'm starting this presentation with a question like why going global is a challenge for an organization. It is a challenge because there are a lot of risk and uncertainties associated with this. Like when an organization operates in a different region of world with different business operation according to the culture of that particular region is itself a challenge. So basically, this case study is about the implementation of SQL Service Quality Framework in the Shell services, which is comprised of several companies with 6,500 employees. So, what is SQL Service Quality Framework? The structure of SQL is consisting of five chevrons. The first four are performance, people, resources, and processes, and the results of those processes are those first four are performance. Basically, this quality service quality framework is a customer centric approach to quality with the main focus on the customer satisfaction. Companies like Shell implemented this framework to maximize the utility or the satisfaction of their customer throughout the world. Now the question arises, how can we cascade the SQL to the best performance? So we divide this framework into three tiers which result into the best practices. For example, in the tier 1, an organization identify its business processes. In the tier 1, leaders have the responsibility for their functions only, and the people have the basic skill to perform various tasks within an organization. In the tier 2, those businesses processes which has been identified in the tier 1 are documented and communicated with the people or the stakeholders or employees of an organization, and various standards like various globally accepted standard like ISO 9000 are being implemented by any organization in its processes. These standards act, act as a like benchmark, so company can match its performance with those benchmark. In the tier 3, same like tier 2 and tier 3 both are associated with each other, although all the whole process is like it is a process, so it has association with each other. Like tier 1 is associated with tier 2 and then tier 3 will result into the best practice. So the best practice would be all the processes have been identified, documented, communicated, and regularly reviewed by the improvement. When an organization like Shell implemented ISO 9000, so it definitely leads to the improvement of their processes. Like now they have a benchmark, and everyone within the organization is working to reach that particular benchmark. Like process owners take responsibility and are accountable for the overall management of their allocated processes. Everyone owns the responsibility. Like every manager, every departmental head has the responsibility to meet the criteria of that ISO 9000. So this ultimately enhances the like public reputation of the company For example, if an organization is if an organization has implemented ISO 9000, so the product of that company are globally accepted, and we customer can easily choose a product basis based on our prior knowledge of that ISO 9000, because this is a globally accepted standard of quality. So moving forward, I would like Sanan to proceed.
Hello, Assalamu alaikum. My name is Mohammed Sannan, and I'm going to tell you about SQL tools and techniques. So, in order to implement the SQL in an effective way, various tools and techniques has been required. These tools allows the full benefit of SQL and help businesses to achieve higher performance. So, what are the SQL tools? So, the first one is affinity diagram, and the second one is cause a tree diagram, and the third one is cause and effect, and the fourth one is Pareto analysis. So what is an affinity diagram? An affinity diagram is a tool that gathers large amount of data, language, ideas, opinions, issues, and organizes them into grouping based on natural relationship. So the tree diagram is a new management planning tool that depicts the hierarchy of tasks and subtasks needed to complete an objective. So what is cause and effect analysis? And cause and effect analysis is a technique that helps you identify all the likely causes of a problem. So last one, the Pareto analysis. Pareto analysis is a simple decision making technique for assessing competing problems and measuring the impact of fixing them. This allows you to focus on a solution that will provide the most benefit. So moving on to the next slide, driver methodology, driver methodologies. So there are 6 stages of driver. The first one is define, the second one is review, the third one is identify, and the fourth one is verify, and the fifth one is execute, and the sixth one is reinforce. So what is define? Define में हम अपने process जो होते हैं वो हम सबसे पहले define करते हैं, और जो उसका आउटपुट निकलता है वो पर्पस स्कोप एंड सक्सेस क्राइटेरिया हमारा क्या होगा, तो उसके अंदर वो मतलब हम डिफाइन कर देते हैं। रिव्यू के अंदर हम जो अपने प्रोसेसेस होते हैं उसको रिव्यू करते हैं, अपनी प्रॉब्लम्स को रिव्यू करते हैं, अपनी परफॉर्मेंस को रिव्यू करते हैं। और आइडेंटिफाई के अंदर कि व्हाट शुड बी डन, और प्रोसेसेस में क्या मतलब चेंजेस होगी, उसको हम लोग आइडेंटिफाई करते हैं, उसकी इम्प्रूवमेंट को आइडेंटिफाई करते हैं। और जो फोर्थ वन है वेरीफाई, तो उसके अंदर जो हम अपनी इम्प्रूवमेंट्स को वेरीफाई करते हैं, जो कि हम इस वजह से करते हैं कि हम उसको प्रायोरिटाइज करते हैं, और जो भी हमने क्या बोलते हैं इम्प्रूवमेंट्स वेरीफाई किए तो हम उसको किस तरह डिलीवर करेंगे। और जो फिफ्थ वन है एग्जीक्यूट, तो जो हमने प्लान बनाया होता है उसको हम किस तरह से डिलीवर करेंगे, वो हम इस स्टेज में करते हैं। और फिर सिक्स वन इज रीइंफोर्स। रीइंफोर्स के अंदर हम इम्प्लीमेंटेशन करते हैं जो भी हमने प्लान बनाया होता है इम्प्रूवमेंट का, तो उसमें हम उसको मेजर करके इम्प्लीमेंट कर देते हैं। स्ट्रक्चर अप्रोच टू operationalize the
Operationalize.
SQL. The purpose is to analyze the business problem in detail in a systematic way of identifying and implementing the SQL. So Zishan will tell you the SQL tools and techniques in a detailed way. Thank you.
Okay, so simply this methodology provide a systematic way of identifying and implementing the best solution with the support of various tools like already Sanan discussed in the previous slide, like affinity diagram, tree diagram, cause and effect diagram, and Pareto analysis. Simply Pareto, we did like, for example, we did Pareto analysis to prioritize the improvement in our improvement plan, that what we should what should be done earlier, or what should be done prior to the next one. So along with this, this is driver methodology is one of the improvement method. Along with this, the second come the process mapping guideline. So the process mapping guideline provided the ability provides the ability to understand a process by graphical analysis. Like a quality manager simply through graph try to understand the process, like for example in a manufacturing firm, so the quality manager will simply draw the graphs of all the processes and identify the gaps or loophole in those processes. So in order to improve the performance of that processes, he needs to first of all identify the gaps or loophole in that graphical method or that graphical picture. The second one is process management guide. This reflect the best practices for the improvement. Like it is a guide which simply highlight or portrays the best practices which can be deployed to get the desired result. The third one is process measurement framework. This tell how the firm will access the performance, like how the firm is going to measure the performance. There must be some criteria. So self as the last one is self assessment capability. In this, they assess the personal capability of the firm or processes, and simply and try to enhance the capability of that pr- process in order to successfully gain the results of that uh, improvement plan. So this was all about our case study. uh, Thank you, and
Thank you.
Khuda Hafiz, sir.
Thank you from our side.